All right. Whenever I get to a new city, I always ask people where to go and what to avoid. What I don't do is look at climate reports or data of any kind, because I learn more about the place from people than from any data sets. And I always wondered why urban planning doesn't work like this. So I spent the past 10 years studying cities, and I learned one thing. If you want to understand how climate impacts our streets, you must listen to people who walk these streets every day. Take Alexanderplatz. Some of you probably even crossed it today. Did you find it empty, exposed, uncomfortable even? Well, if you did, you're not the only one. Because with no greenery, no shade or weather protection, Alexanderplatz becomes a heat island in summer and the wind corridor in winter. Its design makes climate effects even worse. And in cities everywhere, climate adaptation is driven by data. But the way a place feels stays invisible. And we do measure the climate, don't get me wrong, but not how heat affects the way we move or how a sense of comfort decides where we want to spend time. So what this all means is that for too long, there's been a wall between how cities are designed and how they are lived. So at city layers, we break this wall by measuring how places actually work for people. And we do it in 3 simple steps. So first, we engage people to share their experience of the city. And to map what really matters, we look at different layers of each place, like heat, accessibility, shade, comfort, and even trees and benches. So all the things people instantly see or feel about the climate. Then people use our digital mapping tools to document this. And the tools they use are super simple, and they actually give us a lot of data, which allows us to measure how a place actually feels. And this is where individual experience becomes measurable evidence of climate impact tied to a certain place. So finally, our interactive maps bring all of these layers of data together into what we call place intelligence. And this is essentially knowledge about places that cities need and use for climate adaptation and for people-driven design. And these are not just ideas. So we already reached more than 10,000 people in city mapping projects across Austria, Greece, Croatia, and beyond. We've mapped heat islands with health-impaired people in Vienna. We documented mobility barriers with the visually impaired groups across Austria. We even collected ideas from thousands of children to improve comfort on their way to school. Now, we always prioritized underrepresented groups to actually be able to put climate vulnerability on the map. And in Greece, our approach was used to regenerate a vital city park in Kalamata. And we invited all people to map microclimate, shade, and movement. And we were able to turn their opinions and their thoughts into a clear community-led roadmap for improvement. These heat maps show exactly how climate and how climate change appears in specific spots in the city. This is the reason why City Layers brings a new and a better way for understanding our cities and for shaping them in the future, because it happens together with people. And now in this spirit of collaboration, we built City Layers as open science. Through our 3 prototypes, 30 cities and more than 10,000 people, we learned how to make it super simple for everybody to access urban knowledge. And this is huge because at the end of the day, it's not just cities that have to adapt to climate change, it's essentially all of us, right? And we've shown real impact through citizen science awards, 7 research projects, keynote speeches, publications, you name it. But most importantly, through countless community engagement activities. And during this time, we learned that architects and planners need us as well. They need our help because they're legally required to involve communities in most of their projects, but they often don't get it right. And being an architect myself, let me tell you, we're not trained to talk to people. We don't know how to do it. We're not good at it particularly. But when they don't do it right and when they fail, they actually face severe consequences like public opposition, frequent project redesigns, and costly delays. So what started as a research project now became a TU Wien University spin-off, where we actually help cities, where we actually help architects and planners involve communities into design and involve communities into climate adaptation. Because I genuinely believe that we all hold vital knowledge about our cities. So guys, if you care as well, please join us and let's break every wall to people-driven urban intelligence together. Thank you.